Srixon. When you hear the name, you instantly think irons. Some of the best feeling, performing, most popular irons in the game are Srixon irons. Golfers worldwide choose them in droves, and a lot of tour players use Srixon irons that aren't paid to use Srixon irons. Srixon drivers, that's a different story. A little joke amongst club builders is no one uses a Srixon driver unless they're paid to use a Srixon driver. But I want to test that out. I've got their brand new ZXi LS, and I'm gonna deep dive into it. The look, the feel, the numbers, the performance, everything about this driver I wanna learn about because I wanna learn if Srixon deserves to be in the conversation with the Callaways, the Cobras, the Pings, the Titleists, the Taylormades when it comes to the best drivers in the game. So, let's get into it. All right, so I did hit this at demo day with this stock Ventus blue TR6X weight standard, everything standard. So we're gonna hit a few like that. It's a Ventus TR no Velocore. I played the old driver for a couple rounds back in 2023. Looked good, felt good, just couldn't find the right shaft. Based on demo day, this thing felt solid. Definitely a sound that is unlike any other out there. And this is how you wanna dive into driver testing. You just want to hit it, stock, and then dial. A little off the heel. At demo day, it definitely felt fast. And even for a total whiff, that felt fast. The sound is definitely pronounced. Solid. As with most stock things for me, even a blue TR, it's just going to launch a little high. It's going to spin a little high, but I have some shaft options to dial this in and get some really good numbers in the garage. When I test a driver, I test it with the intention of it going in the bag, becoming a gamer. I want to see what I can really get out of it and see how it performs. Man, that feels fast. Just going like that for me, but golly, that feels fast. It looks really good. I like the all matte crown. It looks nice, feels punchy. The sound is definitely, for lack of a better term, kind of like aluminum bat, but it doesn't feel like thin, unresponsive. It feels pretty solid. Just, it's loud. Catching everything off the heel. But that's the beauty of drivers nowadays. You have adjustability. You have custom fitting. The best driver is the one that is custom fit for you. Yeah, consistent in terms of launch characteristics and sound and feel. Yeah, it's definitely coming off the face. Solid and fast. I'll hit one more, see if I can draw it. Yeah, catch it off the toe and draw it. So here's the interesting test right from the jump. So that's the stock, launching pretty high, flying pretty high, coming pretty fast. I've got a Link white here. Let's see if that changes sound, feel, flight. Just at standard. Definitely moves the strike more to the middle. So that just tells me it's a shaft that's, the profile's better for me. It's delivering the club a little better. Oh yeah. Wow, that was flat, that was fast, that was really good. A little off the toe. It's like the same as the one I got off the toe, just flatter and faster. It's loud. There's no other way around it. It's a loud driver. It's definitely the loudest driver of your premium drivers. It's a good driver. It's just loud. It feels really good. It looks really good. It's probably one of the better looking heads in the game to me, but the sound is a little off-putting. I definitely said aluminum bat, and that's kind of the sound of it, but it doesn't feel like that. It doesn't feel thin, tinny, unresponsive, or like wild. It's just a solid driver with a bit of an off-putting sound. But it was time to just like, let's see the numbers this driver was producing for me and see if it still is hanging with what I saw with TaylorMade, with Cobra, with the other stuff that I've tested like in the last year. So first and foremost, I just went stock. 9 degrees with that stock shaft offering, and I was surprised with the numbers, I gotta say. It was not spinning as much as I thought it was gonna spin, because 2 years ago with the hazardous in it, that head spun like crazy. And I was thinking, okay, this is gonna spin a lot. It didn't. It didn't spin a lot at all. I was actually pretty surprised to see it live between 2,000 and 2,700. It has a pretty good spin range for a shaft profile that doesn't work. So it definitely speaks to this being a low spinning head. It's a low spinning head. The ball speed, carry, like all of these numbers are really, really good. Launching high, I tend to launch at a degree or two higher inside for whatever reason. I say it time and time again. It's harder for me to really kind of stay on top of it. I just hang back on it a hair. Based on the range, I felt fast, and then coming in here, seeing it creep to 170 ball speed, completely not fit for me. That's really, really encouraging, really impressive. And it speaks to the fact that it's a good driver. But when you look at the dispersion of it, you can see it's not a shaft profile that works. I don't play a pull draw. I play a fade, and from time to time I will pull it. But the fact that I'm hitting kind of diving hooks, if you will, with this speaks more to the shaft. The shaft just doesn't fire for me. So numbers-wise, it's good, but the shaft is not for me. And you can see from that shot pattern, that dispersion, just not something that I would game. But like we saw on the range, I have options. So let's put the UST Mamiya, the link shaft in it, and see what happens there. First and foremost, we see a better shot dispersion, and I can fade it. That's the thing that I couldn't really do with the Ventus. I couldn't fade it. We see a better shot dispersion, and we see me still losing it a little bit left. And from day to day, you do swing a little bit differently. So if a left miss was happening that particular day in the garage, the left miss just wasn't as pronounced with the UST Mamiya, but it was a bit more predictable ball flight to what I want to hit. But again, numbers-wise, carry's awesome. The ball speed goes up, like that's really good. And the spin actually went up a hair, which is super interesting. Better shaft profile just gave it 100 RPM more of spin, more predictable shot. Just encouraging stuff across the board. The left miss was happening on that day, and that's just how golf goes sometimes, and you got to work with it. But we're seeing a pretty tight window of spin too. So there was one that was like kind of high into the right. It didn't go over 3,000. And when I tested this driver 2 years ago, it was going into the 4,000s in spin. So to see something that isn't even reaching 3,000 RPM on a high spinny shot, super encouraging. Really good design in that club head. So comparing them standard 9 degrees shaft to shaft, it's just really good numbers. It's carrying really well. The ball speed is really good. The spin is good, little high for me. The launch is high though. That's the interesting thing. It's launching high. And I know I say I launch it a degree or two higher inside, but it was hard for me to get a shot that launched 10 or 11 degrees in here, which I can do with my gamer. In spite of that, really solid numbers. But seeing the fact that I could miss it left, seeing the fact that the spin was just a hair high and the launch was a hair high with this setup at 9 degrees, why don't I take a little bit of loft off, which will open the face a hair, which will help me fade it a little bit more, should bring the launch down a little bit, should bring the spin down a little bit. So I put it down to like 8 1/4, which I think is more like 8.33. I only hit 4 because it was an instantly, wow, look how good that is. One of them went a little left, but it didn't go as much left as the other two settings. Found it. Like, it's great. The numbers were awesome. We look at those 4 shots. They're so solid. The carry went up. Like, this thing's carrying high 290s for me. That's really good. That's on par with my current gamer. Ball speed is really good. Right around 170, just under 170 for in the garage. Like, that's great. But that spin is really good. The launch is still at 15 degrees. And like, that's a little bit concerning, but that speaks more to shaft profile matching with the club head than anything. But this setting is definitely a setting that's worth taking to the golf course and seeing if it can perform and live up to what I'm experiencing with my current gamer. So it's time to play golf with it. So I played with it. I was happy with it, but that high launch definitely happened out there. It was high. Like, it was a moon ball, but the distance, it wasn't spinning like crazy. It was a predictable flight. Like, I didn't really miss it left. I heeled it. It spun as it should and flew as it should. It just launched really high. And that, like I said earlier, it's a bit of a profile thing. So if I had more of a shaft matrix to test, like if I was with a fitter, I could really dial this in. This setting right here, it's good, but it's not perfectly fit for me, so it's not going to earn a spot in the bag. But the experience with this driver, the numbers it produces, the feel of it, the look of it is on par with every other driver in the game. The sound, that's a whole other story. That's not for everyone. when we were out on the golf course, it's not like you'd hit it and go, whoa, it sounds like kind of those Nike drivers from 15, 20 years ago. It wasn't like that. We were like, whoa, that's loud. It's just a different sound when compared to a lot of the things nowadays that have a bit more of a muted, punchy sound. The feel is still pretty solid and punchy. It's not tinny and thin, but the sound, it's not good. It's not for me. But if the performance is great, who cares about how it sounds? Because at the end of the day, a golf club that performs best for you, that is fit best for you, is the driver you should play. And the fact that this driver is $100 cheaper than all the LS heads from the other brands speaks volumes to the fact that you can get the same performance that you're getting from the big names from a secondary big name in Srixon. It's a really good driver. It looks really good. It performs really well. If it's fit to you, you can play really good golf with it. You can hit it far, you can hit it straight. You're not compromising a thing. If I could dial it in a little bit more, I'd probably play with it a little bit more, but there you go. Srixon definitely deserves to be in the conversation when it comes to really good drivers in the game, because they're not just an iron company. They make really good drivers that, when fit to you, can perform so well for you. So let me know, do you play a Srixon driver? Have you tested the new one? What do you think? What do you think of the sound? Would love to hear in the comments, and we'll see you in the next video.